Today we're going to be looking at writing an equation for the line of best fit. So remember, the line of best fit is the line that we draw in the middle of a scatter plot that we can use for predictions. Just to kind of talk about it. So here I have a positive association. It is headed uphill. It is linear. And remember, lines, well, we have an equation that we use for lines all the time. Hopefully this looks familiar. Y equals mx plus b. Remember, m is my slope, and b is my y-intercept. Now, sometimes when they ask you for this, you can look and you're like, oh, well, there's my y-intercept and there's my slope. But if you notice, this is definitely not crossing the y-intercept where you can locate it. So we're going to use our formulas to find this. So first thing up, if you notice, they have marked 2 points for you. So there are 2 points already on this graph that they want you to use. So my first one, if I was to label it, my address, so to speak, is 20, 0. X is 20, y is 0. My other coordinate over here, my x is 90, and my y is 70. And I'm going to use the 2 points I've been given to find my slope. Now there's a couple of ways you can do that. Remember, we had a formula that said m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So using this formula, if this is my y2, I would say, well, it's 70 minus 0. Okay, 70 minus 0 over 90 minus 20. 70 minus 0 is 70, and 90 minus 20 is 70, and 70 divided by 70, well, any number divided by itself is 1. So I would know my slope. You also could have counted it. Remember, you could count up how many spaces. So if I did that, I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I went up 7. Now I actually went up 70. See that? Those are tens. So I actually went up 70. And then I went forward. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I went forward. This is also 7 spaces, or 70 because I'm going up by tens. And my rise over my run, well, rise was up, or positive 70, over forward 70. So they're both positive, which means I have 1. You can work these either way. But here's the thing, I only know m, and I have to go find b. So remember, we can use our m and one of these coordinates. Does it matter which one? No, we're mathematicians. We tell it what to do, right? So y equals, now remember, it's 1x plus b. Now I need one of them. Which one? I like to use the ones that have zeros if possible. So if I have a 20, 0, I'm going to use that one. So if I wrote that, now think. The 20 is going to go where the x is, and the 0 is going to go where the y is. So now I have 0 equals 1 times 20 plus b. I'm going to multiply, so 0 equals 20 plus b. Solving for b, so the 20 has to move over. That's a positive 20, so I'm going to subtract it. And now I have negative 20 equals b. Great, now I know b. So let's rewrite this. Y equals, we said the m was 1, so 1x, b is negative 20, minus 20. Now, this is going to work, but remember, you'll often see it without that 1 and just be x minus 20. So this is what you're trying to do. You're trying to take the 2 coordinates that you've been given, and you're going to turn it into y equals mx plus b. Let's look at another one real quick. I have a scatter plot. I have 2 coordinates, see, right here and right here. Let's go ahead and label them. They need names. This looks like 3, 8. Be careful with your x and your y. X must come first. And this one down here looks like 7, 0. Look at my association. I'm headed downhill. Make sure I'm thinking negative slope. I want to get back to y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to start with finding m. So m would equal, remember, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Well, does it matter which order? No. I'm going to go 8 minus 0 over 3 minus 7 8 minus 0 is 8. 3 minus 7. Careful with that. 3 minus 7, that's negative 4. Okay, so 8 divided by negative 4, that's negative 2. Could you have counted them? Absolutely, because you would have worked your way. You would have been, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I was falling down, so that would be down 8 or negative 8. And then I would have went forward, 1, 2, 3, 4. So forward 4 or a positive 4. I would have worked rise over run. My rise, or my vertical change, is negative 8. My run is positive 4. Negative 8 divided by 4 is negative 2. So however you want to do that is absolutely okay. Now we're going to go back though. I got to go find b. Y equals mx plus b. What is my m? Negative 2. Okay, so y equals negative 2x plus b. I'm going to use one of these points. I usually like to use the one with the 0, but just for fun, today I'm going to show you this one. I'm going to show you 3 and 8. So 3 and 8. 3 is x, 8 is y. So 8 equals negative 2 times 3 plus b. Or 8 equals, what's negative 2 times 3? Negative 6 plus b. The negative 6 is attached to b, so the negative 6 is going to move over. The opposite of negative 6 is positive 6. I'm going to add 6 to both sides. 8 plus 6 is 14. These cancel, leaving me with b equals 14. Let's rewrite it. Y equals, we're going to put the m in, negative 2x. We're going to put the b in, plus 14. And that's my final. That's my equation. Y equals negative 2x plus 14. Which makes sense. If that line kept going, it would cross up here somewhere off the chart. So that would be at 14. So take your time and work these. Use the coordinates you've been given.